Activity 6, nuclei counting. In this we'll use analyzed particles to count the number of objects in an image. For this activity we're going to continue in the BPAE folder, but we're going to open up BPAE blue.tif. Okay, so in this example we're going to use nuclei because they're really nice structures to find, but you can use this to find any type of objects. Okay, so the first thing to do is to again create a threshold. So we want to identify just the objects that we're interested in. Image, adjust, threshold. Let's go to red. And something like that is probably fine. 79 to 255. In this case we want to create a binary image, so we're going to hit apply in this case. Okay, so this is now changed. If you look at the intensity values up here, it's 0 in the background and 255 on the objects, so this is our binary image. We've only got 2 levels of intensity information here. One thing you will notice is that a few of the nuclei that sit together have been joined up, so this could be counted as one object, so we want to try and separate those out. To do that we're going to use process binary watershed. And what this uses is the shape of the objects to try and separate those out. Okay, next thing we want to do is to actually count these objects, and we're going to use analyze particles for that. So we want to go to analyze particles, and we're going to do a little bit of filtering here, so we're going to exclude anything. Let's do pixel units, 100 pixel units to infinity. We're not going to filter based on circularity. We want to show outlines. We're going to exclude anything that's touching the edges, so we can't be sure things that are touching the edges whether they're 1 or 2, and if we're having readouts like area then it's very dangerous to include anything that touches the edge. Let's have a look. We are going to display results and have everything else off. So display results, exclude on edges. Once we click OK, that gives us a readout that we have 70 individual objects, and it also gives the set measurements that we have already, so area, mean, integrated density, percentage area, raw integrated density. So it's individual readouts for each of those objects, and we've got the outlines with each of those objects numbered. Now if I go back, I go back to here again, I might analyze the particles again. If we include the summarize button here, we click OK. It gives us our outlines, it gives us our individual data, but it also gives us a summary, so it's telling us we've got a count of 70 objects within that image. This is the total area, this is the average size, etc., etc. And again, both of these tables you can file, save as a CSV, and the output here again we can save as a TIFF file if you want to use that later on as well.